Alright, there's a couple points I want to emphasize in today's lecture. Number one, older people are more likely to have vitamin B12 deficiency. This is often caused by chronic atrophic gastritis. 1/3 of the population has difficulty absorbing vitamin B12. This has long-term effects on health because vitamin B12 is needed for the myelin sheath and neurons, and people who are deficient in vitamin B12 start to see cognitive effects eventually. Another issue is calcium. Older people are more likely to be calcium deficient. In addition to calcium, you need vitamin D. Without vitamin D, you can't absorb calcium. Vitamin D you get from being in the sunshine, like I am now, and older people tend to spend less time in the sunshine, and their kidneys are less effective at functioning and converting the minerals into vitamin. Vitamin A is something you need, but you don't need too much of. Too much leads to vitamin A toxicity, you turn orange, and that's not a good thing. Folic acid. We know that you need a certain level of folic acid. A lot of older people tend to be deficient in this because older adults need more folic acid than younger adults. We know that low folic acid is a risk for heart disease, and we know that with the atrophic gastritis mentioned earlier, you have not only lower absorption of B12, but also lower absorption of folic acid. Finally, I wanted to mention the Older Americans Act. The Older Americans Act is a policy created in 1965 designed to cover the social needs of older adults. Only a small part of it, Title III, Part C, covers nutrition. And this covers the Meals on Wheels program as well as the Senior Center Congregate Meal program. So this Congregate Meal program is originally meant to serve lower income older adults, though there is no income test, there is no means test. You don't need to prove your income. They simply advertise in places where they think lower income people are more likely to go. But anyone can attend. The idea is that the government will supplement most of the costs of the meals. The older adults are asked to pay a small part, often in the range of $1.50 to $3, and the original intent is to bring them together so they would socialize, eat more, and eat healthy food. This has been very popular at many senior centers. It's often the main draw, the reason why a lot of people go to senior centers. Not every senior center actually has this program because the funding is extremely limited. To be eligible, you have to be 60 years of age or older. This program is reauthorized every 5 years. So in 2006, when it was last up for reauthorization, there was some debate about whether or not it would be continued. At the last moment, it got the final minimum number of votes to be passed, so we're clear through 2011. But after 2011, it'll be up for review again, and it's uncertain whether or not this program will continue to be funded. But given how strong of a factor we know nutrition is with health and chronic disease, given all the difficulties older adults have in attaining nutritious food, it certainly seems like one way that's perhaps cost-effective in preventing chronic disease or limiting the effects of chronic disease for many older adults. Studies have shown that it's never too late to change your diet. While change your diet at any point in your life can slow down the progression of disease and reduce healthcare expenses.